Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Fergal.
And we're from Movie Smash.
Comic book movies are having a golden age right now with the MCU.
Movies based on comics aren't necessarily a new thing, but they're a big thing.
Join us every other Tuesday on Movie Smash.
We explore these movies and find some hidden gems.
Every other week, we revisit some of the best.
And some of the worst movies based on comics or graphic novels.
Was Green Lantern as bad as you remember?
Heck no!
Is Time Cop the most accurate time travel movie ever created?
Absolutely.
Was Mystery Men way ahead of its time?
Should they be revisited? Should they be forgotten?
Join us on Movie Smash and find out. Listen wherever you find your fine podcasts.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the latest episode of All2ReelToo. My name is Michael E. Cullen II, and with me, as always, is...
Sesame, No Words, and Carta.
No Words?
No Words.
That's a pretty short middle name, buddy.
Because I have no words about this movie. I've got nothing for it.
Nothing?
I tried to come up with a sarcastic name and couldn't do it.
This is going to be an interesting review if you have no words.
Well, I have no words for like a middle name. I still have words.
About the movie. Okay, cool. Just checking. I was worried.
I couldn't come up with a quote, or I don't remember any direct quotes.
Yeah, I was just worried that I was going to have to carry the whole episode by myself, and that would make the banter a little bit less enjoyable and insightful like we normally have, because we have the most insightful banter of any podcast out there.
Oh, we're in advice. Yeah. So
there are no other podcasts that are more intelligent, more educational, or more advice giving than All2ReelToo, a pop culture podcast.
This is better, more insightful than Behind the Bastards, Mark Maron, all these other people have done these great, research projects and all these different cults and powerful leaders. And
I mean, the good thing is we never told people that ivermectin cured COVID. So we've got that going for us.
That is very true. A good point. It's a very good point.
Yeah.
Right.
And I want to emphasize we never said that, so we don't get demonetized or anything.
Yes, exactly.
Oh boy. Yeah. Got to ask you a question here.
Sure. What's up?
You're familiar with the likes of Jason Bourne and Ethan Hunt and James Bond, aren't you?
Also, too, the movie was Shooter from Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, the you enjoy a good spy flick and a good spy hero.
I do every once in a while. It's like a palate cleanser. Yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there is this one that is greater than all of those.
Really
makes Jason Bourne look like Jason Dead. It's just. It's called the 00 Kid.
Oh shit!
We have the great Lance Elliott, everybody's favorite spy, played by the late, great Corey Haim. Mm-hmm. Yes. So 00 Kid is a movie of some sort that was released directly to video in 1992. Okay, anyway, so the...
Good time, for a movie. Hour and a half.
Yeah.
It was, I think it didn't feel rushed. So that could be a bad actually, but
So this movie, the short synopsis here on the Internet Movie Database for this movie is Lance, a teenager, dreams to be a secret agent when he is suddenly in the middle of a hacker intrigue which aims at an international environmental congress. Lance gets in possession of a computer access card, one of which the hackers are in urgent need for their operation. Lance begins to play with the hackers, seeing his dream come true. Yes.
That's a very weird synopsis.
It makes the movie sound better than it is.
Technically it's true, but it's not in the way that the synopsis acts like it is,
This movie was directed by Dee McLaughlin. Dee also directed most recently in 2019 a movie called 2099, The Soldier Protocol with David Arquette. And some other movies. The only one I've really have ever seen before is The Second Jungle Book, Mowgli and Baloo. And the reason I've seen this movie is because one of my college professors is in the movie.
Oh,
yes. My film professor, one of my film professors, Dirk Ashton, is in that movie. So if you ever get a chance, watch The Second Jungle Book, Mowgli and Baloo.
Yeah.
Actually not a bad movie. It's like a sequel to The Jungle Book, but, like a live action movie, but it's not Disney. It's like made, based on the book, but a sequel to the book. So yeah,
that's how they could circumvent the rule. Okay, yeah. That's too bad.
Yeah, because the book is so yeah.
It's interesting movie.
Check that out. And Dirk Ashton, he's like a writer now. He's like written a lot of books and stuff. I saw him at a few years ago. He does a lot of the like sci-fi and comic book conventions and stuff like that. So keep an eye out for him. He's a good author. Yeah. Just want to advertise him because he was always nice to me. Last convention I attended, where I had a table at, he had a table at, and we talked a bit. Yeah.
Nice. All right.
So the movie was written by Stephen Paul and Stuart Paul, who are brothers, and Andrea Buck. The Paul brothers are known for, most famously, the Baby Genius series of films.
I'm sensing a theme here.
They also
intelligence and
they also randomly executive produced The Expendables 4.
What? So random.
And they've done a lot of other things too, though, like that are decent, like Ghost in the Shell. Not that it was decent, because that one was kind of cultural appropriation, where they cast Scarlett Johansson as an Asian woman. And
that one, yeah.
But they there's some other things that they've done. Well,
I'm not sure it's cultural appropriation though, because I heard that like that style of Japanese anime and art is like they like make sure the characters, they don't have like racial identification, like they make them look like as like,
but still it was kind of a tricky
okay I haven't seen that or the anime, so I don't really know.
They also produced the 2 episodes of the TV series The Land of Israel with John Voight, God's Story.
Yeah. No thanks. That guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah, which sounds like it's a Academy Award winning actor. The Academy Award winning actor takes viewers through the Holy Land and the biblical stories of Abraham, Samson, and David and Goliath, finishing up at the Western Wall.
So basically, it's like a pro-Zionist movie, essentially.
That's
I love that. Samson. Let's celebrate Samson, the fucking suicide bomber. I mean, like, that's what he was. Samson was a suicide bomber. He tore down the whole building and killed everyone, not just himself. All the single. So you can't tell me that one person in that building was an innocent child or something.
I agree with that. I don't know if I'd call it a bomber per se, but yeah, I understand.
You know what I mean? It was a suicide attack. Come on, you know what I mean.
The executive produced the TV special, The Abraham Accords.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah.
The executive produced a TV series called Friends of Israel.
There we go. Okay, I sense a theme.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't like him now. If they take that,
this is the writers of the movie and producers of the movie.
I'm not sure if I like the movie because of that. Kind of ruined it for me because I thought it was kind of fun and campy, but now I don't know. I can't separate the art from the artist when it comes to Israel.
Yeah, this thing, Friends of Israel, is Academy Award winner John Voight, producer Stephen Paul, and pastors Phil and Tammy Hostenpiller take audiences on a journey of delight, discovery, and joy as they explore the sacred relationship between evangelism and Israel.
It's sad that I actually know who those people are.
Yes, I've heard their names.
I've done a lot of research on this stuff. I'm like, oh God.
I have as well. So yeah, and like the Abraham Accords special. The star of it is Donald Trump.
Yep.
Wow. So that's just the writers and producers. So we can't blame anybody else involved in this project.
No, that's fine. Because plus, too, they may have not known that about them, and even if they did, they're gonna pass up a B-rated.
This is also just on Steven's IMDb page. I didn't look at Stewart's, so who knows? Let's see what Stewart has been up to.
God, I hope it's not something like.
He was. Looks like he's not really done anything. Oh, he did a movie called The Alien Pandemic in 2002. It looks like a bunch of direct-to-video stuff. And as far as director, last thing he directed was something called The Vamp Father, starring Danny Trejo.
Okay.
And Tom Sizemore. So he doesn't have anything that looks like that. Does have a movie coming up called God's Pill. Don't know what it's about, but man's evolution has a problem. God's Pill. I don't know what that's about, but I just thought the title was interesting.
That's a very interesting title.
He also has another movie coming up that's in post-production called Heaven's Murderer.
What?
Starring Bo Derek. A young sleuth has to solve a murder beyond Earth.
Okay.
So I just always find it interesting to look at the other things that people involved with movies we're reviewing had done or are about to do. So take that for what you want, folks. If that turns you off, good. Anyway, so this movie stars another thing that'll turn you off: two people who were sexually molested as children.
God, wait. That's right. Yeah, that's right. The two main leads. Well, one of the two main leads. There's also another group of two, but the good guys, the protagonist lead.
The two children in the movie.
God, they're so terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, they were probably in their 20s when they made this, but they were playing teenagers. But
they were. And Corey
supposedly sexually molested by Charlie Sheen and other people. And Nicole Eggert was sexually molested supposedly by Scott Baio, allegedly. I'm just going to say allegedly on all these things because I don't want to get sued.
Also a huge Trump supporter, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Good.
Not really.
But the movie also stars Brigitte Nielsen as Rhonda. Corey Haim and Nicole Eggert are in it as Lance Elliott and Melinda. We have here's something that's really interesting. Mm-hmm. Anti-Zionist actor Wallace Shawn stars in it.
Yeah, there we go.
So we're good. We're good.
We got like a battle now, like a between
outspoken the Zionist actor Wallace Shawn. He's one of the first people to come out on TV after the genocide was starting to be very vocal about how Palestine needs to be free and stuff. So
very interesting guy. He's of course he's the guy famously from The Princess Bride, the inconceivable guy. A bunch of other My Dinner with Andre, which I think is the most pretentious film of all time, but nonetheless, you were in that. I hate it. I think it's we're having a deep conversation, bro. We're talking intellectual, philosophical. We're better than everyone else, bro. It's no, fuck you. You're not better than anyone.
The thing I like about that movie is I think it's pretentious, but it knows it's pretentious, and I think it's actually.
Maybe that's what it is. It's
done as a. I think it's done more as a parody of some pretentious things by the way that it's done, and I think that's the way I always took it.
Okay, well maybe it is,
yeah. And Wallace Shawn is a famous playwright as well, so there we go. So
that's right. He is.
Yeah, we have a small role in the movie by John Rhys Davies, who people will know as Gimli from The Lord of the Rings, or Professor Arturo from Sliders, among other things, or the Indiana Jones movies where he plays Sala. Yeah. So
all right.
Yeah, we got Basil Hoffman as Trout. We've got Karen Black, the legendary Karen Black, as Mrs. Elliot. We've got somebody named Anne Francis as Mrs. Lomax, and a bunch of other people that will go nameless for the rest of it.
Because we're already 17 minutes into the podcast. Sorry, we can't name everyone. I'm sorry, guys. I wish we could. I really do wish we could. Maybe just do a show notes and just list all of the people.
I usually put some of the cast in there. And plus, the thing is, there's this thing called Google. So, and the internet. In the Internet Movie Database, which lists all of this shit.
Yep.
So, initial reaction here to this 5-star film.
It was fun. I mean, it was stupid, but I like these direct-to-video movies for their charm. Just I don't know, something about watching these kind of movies makes me happy. I don't know if maybe it's because I did it as a kid. I don't know exactly, but just something about watching sort of low grade movies, so to speak. I think fun. I don't know. Like,
it's an escape from the actual like horrors of the world. So, you know,
maybe it's like, I mean, obviously we've reviewed some were just boring, didn't have any charm whatsoever, just were not interesting at all. Like, I don't know, Chick Boxer, for example, where literally the first 5 minutes of the movie is the woman tying her shoes.
Yeah, I enjoyed that movie. But anyways,
I hated it. I mean, I'm the one who chose it, but I hated it so much. It's like,
so yeah, this movie has some stuff going for it. Yeah,
I liked it. I thought it was funny. It was charming. You know, for a B-rated movie, you know, direct to video, I thought it was pretty decent as far as like how it shot, how it was directed, how it was acted, written. It was, you know, I can understand why it was direct to video, but at the same time, I still thought it was pretty good. It was stupid, but I thought it was decent.
Yeah, and this is also the first of 2 collaborations between Nicole Eggert and Corey Haim as well. They were also in a movie called Blown Away, not the famous movie called Blown Away. There was actually an action film called Blown Away that was actually better. But it came out the next year. It was a TV movie called Blown Away, which was let's say a lot different. It was I do believe Nicole Eggert gets naked in that movie, so it's definitely not for kids.
Yeah,
and it also has Corey Feldman in it along with Corey Haim. So
okay, the 2 Corys. All right.
So, what goes down here in Double Kid Town?
Well, we get this really weird introduction where the spies, the evil spies, they're pretending to be custodians at a government building or something, and then they go sneak in and take photos of like some codes or some pieces of paper. I'm not sure, something that they need, and then they kill 2 of the real guards at this place because why not just murder them apparently? But even though they show their faces, but okay, you just killed someone for no reason whatsoever. All right.
I just want to point out how bad the security is at this place. If it's supposed to be such an important place, it's horrible.
It's like worse than like a high school security system would be. It's just like it's like a government building or like something to do with spy shit or whatever, important information. So they take their photos.
Yeah, I just want to point out I work in housekeeping at a Fortune 500 company, and the security there is better than this. So just saying.
I'm sure it is. I mean, yeah. It's so these guys get, you know, they get fucked up, they get shot, they're dead, and then we go into our boy Corey Haim playing character Lance, who's like obsessed with spy shit, and he wakes up and he's like talking to himself as though he's narrating his own spy story. So already we have a mentally unstable individual to some degree who's narrating his own story, vocal, mind you, not just through his mind, saying the words out physically. And then it turns out his brother's got like a squirt gun that looks like a real gun, mind you. I think they got rid of those eventually because I think
it was even before that you had to have like an orange tip at least on a.
This one not have an orange thing, straight up looked like a real fucking gun. And it's, you know, it's a squirt gun, water gun, whatever. And these 2 brothers don't really seem like to get along very well, and they're always trying to pull pranks. But I don't understand. So I know it's a minor point, pun intended, because both characters are minors. Lance is 17, his younger brother looks maybe 12, 13. Lance has a Playboy just sitting on his desk, not hidden under the bed, anything like that, just sitting there. And his younger brother, which I again reiterate, looks maybe to be around 12, 13 years old, takes it, had breakfast with his mom, and he's got the Playboy on the table as they're eating breakfast together. 12 years old, 13 years old, Playboy.
Well, this was 1992. Back in 1992, it was standard issue that every breakfast table had a Playboy or a Hustler. It was just the way it was back then.
Yes, standard issue for 12-year-old boys to have a Playboy on the breakfast table as they're eating breakfast with their mom. And she doesn't notice.
You bought a breakfast table.
I mean, whatever, a table they eat breakfast at.
Yeah, you bought a breakfast table, and it came with a year's subscription to Playboy. It's just how it was.
Yes. So
when you bought a microwave, and it came with a year's subscription to Playgirl. So it was an equal opportunity.
Yes. And oh god, and so she doesn't even notice because she's like completely oblivious. She wants Lance to have breakfast with them too. I don't know if she was expecting him to take the Penthouse magazine down. I'm not sure, but maybe the Playgirl was for her. So we got the whole family looking at soft pornographic material with each other and creating.
You get the Penthouse when you stay in the top floor of a hotel. That's just how that works.
That's how it works. And the hustlers, when you're actually hustling for money, you just throws a hustler like, oh cool, I just made some good coins. Someone throws a magazine at your face, like, oh, I wasn't really expecting that, but thanks, I guess. And so again, the two minor children have pornographic material at their disposal, with their mother seemingly either not caring and or not noticing.
Now 12-year-olds just go on the internet, so it's okay.
Unfortunately, yes, that's actually become a huge problem. Unfortunately, younger kids are being exposed to not only like when I was a kid. Sometimes I would like sneak a peek here and there, like my dad's Playboys. Like it was like a 2-second thing with my older brother. Yeah. And it was like we would like put it back because we'd be so afraid that he'd come home or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like we're just gorging ourselves on it for hours.
I still have a Playboy I stole from my dad when I was a kid.
Yeah. So, but those were just softcore. They were just nude bodies, more of like an artistic kind of thing, But like now, 12-year-olds are like looking at like the most hardcore shit possible, and I'm like, this is just frying their brains when it comes to sexuality, like to a point where it's like I don't even know if the next generation is like gonna be okay or not. But that's a whole other matter. But at least watching those videos,
there's numerous reasons that they're not going to be okay, like the environment
there's a great article actually called Sex Before Kissing. It explains all about this shit. It's really very eye-opening. But anyway, I don't want to bog people down, because we're enjoying ourselves looking at the Playboys in front of our moms eating breakfast. I still can't get over that. It's like, so that's weird on the kid though a little bit too, because it's like, you don't think it's weird that you're just looking at them. I know I shouldn't be focusing on this aspect. It's like a 2-second clip in the movie, but like, really kind of hit me.
You know how you used to get a free toy inside of breakfast cereal? Yes. Sometimes you would get a free Playboy. It's just...
Yeah. And then you just be reading it as eating your Lucky Charms or your Kicks or whatever. Anyway,
I got really lucky with these charms.
Yeah, you're eating your tricks and you're just watching someone doing tricks. Anyway, sorry guys, we're getting way okay. So that's like a 2 thing that I decided to turn into 10-minute commentary. The younger brother, he lets out the air out of the tires of Lance's motorbike, I guess is what it was, like a motorcycle kind of thing. And then so he takes the younger brother's bike and then has his mom chase him in her car to retrieve the bike. Like, that's weird. Like, whatever. That's just kind of strange to me. I mean, like, I get, she's a mother. She wants to be like,
these are weird. These are weird.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that they're all the way they are. But anyway, and so.
And I want to emphasize the fact that this will come into play later, that they're in Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia. So
yeah, right. It does. They're in Philadelphia, and then Lance, he's got a job or like an internship at like basically not CIA but like intelligence
something
like that. He's only 17, so he's like it's because they got this program where they're taking like younger people like in high school and stuff, which is great, by the way. Oh yeah, let's take like 16, 17-year-olds and teach them about espionage.
In the movie, the department that he works for is just known as the agency, which would kind of imply that it's the CIA because they're the only one with agency in there.
The agency, and so he's kind of like interning. He mainly just like gives people coffee and shit. But like the woman who's like the head of this, she gives him an assignment, and he's supposed to be working under this other guy who they don't really get along very well because Lance is kind of cocky. The other guy's kind of like by the book, very austere type of guy. Perfect odd couple type, material going on. And which is not a real couple because that would be even more weird and stuff, but that's good because he's a minor. But anyway, so but again, since we've already established there's no boundaries in this movie to begin with, so I just need to make that clear that we don't get further into weird territory when it comes to that. Thank God. And so, the older guy's like, oh, fuck, whatever. But then he needs him because he fucked up badly, too. He was supposed to get a package. Some guy named Weinberg. I forgot his first name. He's like a rich dude. He's like a philanthropist guy.
He's supposed to give it to, what's the guy's name? I had it written down here. Sam Weinberg. Yeah.
Not Bill Weinberg, the guy who corrects all my grammar and stuff all the time. Not that guy.
No,
not him. Sorry if he's listening. Hi, Bill. We're not trying to make fun of you. So I doubt he's listening. But
if so, I don't care.
he's interested. He's a good journalist, but he gets a little pedantic. Anyway, this Weinberg dude, he's rich, but he's also philanthropy, gives a lot of money to people and stuff, good causes and all that shit. And so he's like, fuck, I forgot to give this to him. Hey, Lance, you're 17 years old, right? Go fly across the country. He didn't say those words. Go fly across the country to L.A. and give this package to this guy before the deadline, which is 12 hours from now or something like that.
So here's the thing. It's okay. So I do believe, I'm trying to remember how long it takes to fly from,
a while. I know a while. I mean, that's long. Philly to LA, that's several European countries.
Philly to LA flight time. Yeah, I was going to say because it made sense because I've flown from Detroit to San Diego and it took us about 5 hours. And according to this, it takes about 5 hours and 45 minutes to fly from Philly to Los Angeles. And so this was one of the things that kind of just was he says, okay, you can fly there and then you'll fly right back and you'll be back in home. You'll be back in time where your mom won't even know you were gone.
I don't think she's going to know he's gone anyway because she's stuck in her own world.
But my thing is this is going to take at least 12 hours or more because you're going to have to go to the airport and you're going to have to, all that stuff too. But it's just, sure, this was pre 9/11, so you didn't have all of the TSA shit and everything, but still, it's
Philly, so it's going to take about 8 hours probably get there, and then you got to get off the airport. They don't let you off right away.
Even if it was 9:30 in the morning, that he was going to be back by bedtime. It's just what the fuck?
Dude, how was he supposed to get to this place? Did he have a car waiting for him, or was he just supposed to find the place?
He says we'll rent you a car when you get there, or something, or we'll have a driver. Something. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So he does that, which again, that's just really time crunching it. And then he gets there. He goes to Sam Weinberg's office. Before he gets there, these two creepy people. They're dressed. One's dressed as a nun. The other's dressed as a priest. And they're pretending to ask for money for some church thing in South America, whatever, some ministry. By the way, his name's Weinberg. That's a Jewish last name. I mean, it's always mean, but it's just a pretty common Jewish. Maybe he's a convert to Christian. I don't know. Or maybe he just gives money to anything that he thinks is a good cause.
Just because you're Jewish doesn't mean you can't donate to a Catholic charity.
Well, no, but I'm just saying that the history between those two is not necessarily great. But, one-sided, great. not a bullshit. It's not 50-50 like some people are saying.
Yeah.
The Israeli. Anyway, which is not 50-50. But, and so he's like, I don't know. I'm busy right now. I can't really see them. But then they just decide to walk in, and then his secretary just lets him walk in, doesn't even attempt to try to hold the back. He just oh, you're not allowed to go in there. Oh, okay, I guess you're going in there. And apparently they don't have locked doors or anything.
Or any kind of security.
I mean, for a rich guy, you would think you could have a door that locks or something you can call security. Apparently Mr. Weinberg here is old school. He doesn't believe in that shit. So they walk in. They say they're going to pray together. I guess that's whatever. Praying, I guess, that he'll give them money. I don't know what that praying together. And,
praying for the orphanage in South America or wherever it was, or South Africa or whatever. Yeah. So whatever. So,
all to pray together, then he would be convinced to give them money, I guess was what their argument was. Doesn't make any sense. Either way, it's a dumb argument to make, but apparently his secretary's too stupid to understand that either. And so they go in there, they're
And this nun and priest are Rhonda and Luther. They they were actually the same people from the beginning of the movie who, got into another place with horrible security.
What is with the security in these very rich and powerful places? What is going on?
I mean, I know it was the 1990s, but still,
like, you don't just let whatever. And so they're looking for some key card.
When I build my time machine, I'm going to test this out and see if I can break into I don't know, GM headquarters in 1992 or something, just to see how it goes.
That's why not. And so he wants this key card because we got our villain played by Wallace Shawn. I forgot his villain. I forgot his character's name. Do you know what his character's name is offhand or not?
His name is Catchpot.
That's right, Catchpot. And so he's got this weird plan, which we don't find out what it is later on. But he's really weird. He makes arcade games in his game room, but he has death traps. And so if you lose the video game, you lose your life type of thing. So there was this dude earlier in the movie who came to do business with them, and he was going to try to...
John Rhys Davies' character named Rudy von Kessenbaum.
Yeah, what a weird name, Rudy von Kessenbaum. And so he was trying to shortchange him for the money because it was going to be $12 million overall, and he's like, "Oh, I'll take $7 million, you get $5 million." That was the wrong thing to say. And so he's like, "Oh, okay, I'll show you my game room." He probably killed him for that alone. If he just would have been equal, he probably would have saved his life. But hey, that's what happens in this movie. Apparently, being greedy does actually kill you. Not in real life, but in this movie it does. When
the probably at the time one of the more famous people that was in this movie was John Rhys Davies. So they probably couldn't afford to pay him for more than one day of work. So that's probably why he was only in that one scene, and they needed to kill him off.
It was really cool though too, because he acts like a little kid because he shows him this cool car. It's a car video game. Mm-hmm. And he's like, put your buckle on, and you put a quarter in, which is weird. Why do you need to put money in games that you have in your own game room? That seems okay. Because you just turn it on.
He figured out how to do the free game apparatus on it yet. I mean, right now you could go on YouTube and find out how to do that, because I watch those videos all the time just because they soothe me. But anyways,
yeah. So he's a virtual reality racing game. And he's having fun, and then he ends up hitting something, but then he ends knocking his head against the steering wheel, and he's like, "Oh, why are you doing this to me?" It's who said it's a game? And then he can't take a seat buckle, oh shit, he can't take his buckle off, it's gonna be bad. And so he crashes into something else. He knocks. Oh, by the way, there's a woman mannequin sitting next to him, looking at him.
Yeah,
facing his direction. Is so creepy.
And then she gets totally. Her head gets totally caved in at one point too.
Right. So you got the mannequin just looking in his direction all creepily, and then he slams his head into the windshield, and then eventually he crashes so badly that it flips the car over and just crushes him. I was like, holy shit, this is sadistic, man. That's crazy.
When I was a kid,
movie, though.
When I was younger and I went to Chuck E. Cheese, they had a game like that. No, I'm joking. I saw 4 kids. It was crazy.
So they might now have something like that, because now, did you hear about this? Chuck E. Cheese they're gonna try to open up an adult version.
They have they open up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called Chuck's Arcade. It's kind of cool, but I mean, there's no pizza, no animatronics, but they do have statues of the animatronics, they taxidermied them or something basically, and they put them in these glass cases. I've seen videos of it. I was watching one actually earlier today, and it's creepy as fuck, really.
I don't want to see that. That's but no food. Oh, what? Only kids like to eat pizza. Apparently, that's not an adult thing.
These are kind of mall arcades. They're not
okay.
Pizza parlors or anything. Yeah. So
I got you. Oh
yeah.
Oh, Jesus. All right. So
you're in the same place that you go there and you can go down and get an Auntie Anne's pretzel if you feel like it or whatever. So it's yeah.
Well, you get yourself one of those cookie cake things, or Orange Julius, not Orange Julius Caesar as our president. By the way, we got a teacher called Orange Julius Caesar. You should check it out.
Yeah. Check out our TeePublic. You can buy yourself a Orange Julius Caesar t-shirt with Donald Trump on it. Yeah. So,
a bunch of other shit, Buttercream Games of New York, a bunch of other cool animated shirts that Mike makes up with his animation abilities. And so this dude dies, obviously, from this small car crushing him, and he leaves. We don't even see him anymore after that. And then so these two are working for or with this guy as equal partner for some reason. We don't really know until like the last 20 minutes of the movie about what the actual plan is. And so our boy Lance comes in. By the way, weird blonde hair that's like, okay, I thought like with espionage, you're supposed to keep yourself a low profile, right? You're supposed to blend in with everyone else. That's the whole point. Having weird tipped blonde hair, spiky hair is probably not, the best thing to do when you're trying to get for anonymity, right? To me, it seems that.
Well, I don't know. Maybe a lot of 17-year-olds in 1992 had that hairdo. I don't know.
Maybe they did, but they all weren't spies, though.
I don't think so. I didn't have that, but then again, I was like, maybe how old would I have been? I don't know. I wasn't 17 though, so.
I know it was popular in like the late 90s and early 2000s with music videos, because I know that the dude from what was that song, Butterfly by Crazy Town or whatever.
Yeah, and then and then you got like the like tips that the dyed tips that like the boy bands had and stuff too. So yeah,
they're called frosted tips. Such a dumb
frosted
name.
Tips,
but like they were the tips. Shut up, idiot. But like, and so he comes in looking all dumb and tippy or whatever, and he gives the package to Mr. Weinberg, not our Weinberg, the movie's Weinberg, and then he's like gives him like a tip. Oh, speaking of tips, he gives him a tip.
Of frosted tips, that just reminded me. You said it, and then it reminded me that Lance Bass has a podcast called Frosted Tips with Lance Bass.
That's hilarious. Yeah, this guy's character name is Lance. Yeah. Oh man. We're getting into some weird, crazy, like shit, multiversal stuff here. So he gives him the package, and then Sam Weinberg gives him a quote tip with like $6 or whatever. He's like, "Oh no, I'm not supposed to take any money." He's like, "Just take it, kid's fine." And then we find out that he slipped the key card in with the money. Smart guy, Mr. Weinberg here is smart dude. Yeah. And he's like, "Oh shit, he gave the kid the money," so they shoot, he's kill him, which is weird. They were gonna kill him, but then he fought back and then he shot him. Like, dude, he should have just played dead on the ground. He was gonna leave you there alone, but then you decided to fight back, and now he's shot. Like, you shouldn't have done that. But he was a lot of weird things about these guys. They just leave their victims to like live for the most part. I'm like, you're supposed to kill these people. You realize that, right? Like, you're supposed to check to see if they're dead. Like, it's like, oh well, we only killed the first 2 janitors because fuck janitors apparently. But like, we're gonna let the guy live.
They're hitmen with a heart,
kind of, not really, but. And so they leave. They're like, we gotta catch this kid. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Right, here's my thought watching this last night. So Lance at this point knows he's being pursued. Right, he's got the key card. He knows they're looking for that shit. He knows at this point. At no point does he ever consider cutting his hair, shaving it, or whatever to blend in. He's just got that stupid blonde hair shit going on.
Yeah,
knowing
he could do the Marvel spy thing and just put a baseball cap on.
Yeah, there you go.
Like in Winter Soldier and all that, like when Steve Rogers is trying to hide, all he does is put a baseball cap on.
Yeah, or we could go to a store and like buy like a fake beard wig type thing, just put that on his face, got a beard, and wear a hat and some sunglasses. He did change his clothes. That was smart on his bit, but that was only after he got pursued by some other people that the 2 people hired to pretend they're playing roller blade hockey. And I don't know how they got all these like 10 people somehow it worked for them, I guess. So then they're trying to kill him, and then he goes down. What happens now? I'm kind of blanking now.
Too is are they just hanging out playing roller hockey and then and waiting to be called on to like kill somebody or something? Like, what are they doing?
I don't know exactly how. Yeah, that's a good question. Were they already in like their gear, just waiting for a call? Like, that's what they do. They just like dress up like, okay, we're gonna be in our hockey clothes all day until we get a phone call.
We'll play a game.
All right.
And
time to make some money. Yes. God. So what happens? I'm kind of blanking now about what happens now.
So like he was there because he had stayed in this hotel, and he basically ended up stealing their car when they tried to kill him because
which is great. Steal someone's car when you can know exactly what to look for. Dumbest idea ever. What? Like, why would you do that?
It's like, yeah, they're after me. I'm going to steal their car. Okay.
Yeah, what a idiot. Right.
And that's when he was staying at the Roosevelt Hotel, and then he went and then he got attacked by these by these thugs in rollerblades. And so while he's going, he ends up he's coming out of the first floor of the parking garage, and he crashes into this girl named Melinda Blake, who is a teen girl played by Nicole Eggert. And he then ends up dragging her into his his adventure.
Right. Yeah. Endanger someone else's life when you're fucking up your own spy mission.
To be fair, he did try to get rid of her at one point. So
that's true.
He insisted that she stay with him. So they're like cornered into this alley, and while they're there just happens to be like a can of like gas and some other flammable shit on there, and she just happened to have a super soaker,
of course,
and he sucks this fuel or whatever the hell it is, this flammable shit, into the super soaker, and he also happens to have a lighter with him too, which that's convenient.
Doesn't smoke.
No, don't know why he's carrying a lighter, but whatever. Again, I actually used to carry a lighter with me all the time, and I didn't smoke. So
yeah,
anyway,
I guess that's like
I mean, I don't do it anymore, but I used to do it just to be there. Like I used to like be able to light people's cigarettes if they wanted.
Oh, I see. Yeah, like light. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. And so he turns the super soaker into like a makeshift flamethrower, basically. And it was something that could have been really cool, but it was only lasted like 2 seconds. And then he drops it on the ground, and they take off. And they introduce themselves finally. Realizes her name's Melinda, his name's Lance. Blah blah blah. And then they head over to the Los Angeles Zoo for some reason because he overheard that there was like an instruction. Oh, there was instructions on this note in this bag of money he found in the limo. Yeah. And so he goes there to try to meet with whoever they were supposed to meet with or whatever. I don't know. They end up finding a dead guy there who was the person they were supposed to meet with. And then then Trout, his boss, shows up there. He tracked Lance down to, there to take him back home.
Yeah.
And so the two henchmen, spot them, and I don't know, Trout like takes off somehow, and then Lance and Melinda run away, and they deliberately go through the alligator exhibit to escape.
What? Oh my God, that scene like put shivers. I'm like, oh my God, after all this like alligator Auschwitz shit, and then they go through, I'm like, oh my fucking God, dude, like that just
So okay, but when I was at I think it was Busch Gardens in Florida. When I was a kid, they have like animals there and stuff, and there was an alligator like enclosure or whatever. These teens jumped the fence into it while we were there watching them.
Yeah, but that's the thing too. It's like, why? All right, alligators can climb and shit, right? Or maybe not. Like, wouldn't you want to make sure you got like like in this movie too? The fence was like barely there. I'm like, I think you should have like
a lot of those places. At least they were back then, because this was right around the same time. It was in the it was like probably in the early 90s or so. It was about the same time as this movie came out that this happened, and they jumped in there, and security like came and got them, because like I'm watching them and I'm just like looking at the alligators, and I was the first person in my family to notice, and I was like, what the hell's going on? Thinking to myself, I was like, that kid just jumped in.
But even so, they should have it where
I'm sure they probably changed it since then, I hope.
But it's like with the whole thing with Haim and stuff, which they killed the innocent gorilla because some mom was a paint kid and just let him wander around. Anyway, and stuff like that. It's like, why do you guys have enclosures that people can just sneak into with wild animals? Like, you should that should not even be an option that you could even do. Like what the fuck are we talking about here? Like, I just don't. Like my zoo in Toledo, when I was a kid, I was like 12 years old. This is like 1995, 6 or whatever. And the cheetah exhibit, they had a really, really, really tall fence, because I know cheetahs can climb and stuff. But they had like a little net thing on top, so they couldn't get. So even if they get that high, they couldn't get out because there was like huge thing above them. And cheetahs, mind you, they're not that aggressive animals. So even with them, they took special precautions. But again, Toledo Zoo is actually one of the better zoos in the world. We just kind of spoiled think all zoos are like that. They're not. We're actually one of the better ones.
I've only been to a few zoos in my life, but I mean, I've been to the Toledo Zoo a million times. And the only
San
other
Diego one's supposed to be good.
What's that? San Diego.
San Diego too, yeah. Right? Is that good?
Pretty good. Okay. So Columbus Zoo is pretty good too. I never went to we went outside the San Diego Zoo when I was in San Diego, but we didn't actually go in. But
okay,
because my ex used to actually work at the San Diego Zoo. I also went to the Pittsburgh Zoo, and that zoo was boring as hell. And the only cool thing in that whole zoo is they had a little area where you could go into this area and pet deer. That was cool.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. But anyways, back to this. So they travel through the alligator area, and they get out, and the henchmen go in there, and the alligators, of course, attack them.
Guy's leg or something.
Yeah. So while this is happening, then Trout feigns being he pretends to be a undercover policeman by the name of Seamus McGillicuddy.
What the fuck?
Yes, I think that's going to be the name I use whenever I don't want somebody to know who I am.
By yourself, Seamus McGillicuddy. The fuck, man.
So they run, and they end up in this other limo that they believe they're safe in, but it ends up being that the limo is being driven by Rhonda, the bad lady.
The bad lady,
and she shoots the kids with tranquilizer darts.
Like you do.
Yep, like you do. And then
why didn't she?
What's that?
Why didn't she just kill them?
I know.
Like, they don't need him for anything. They can just steal his card.
Exactly. He's got the card on him.
Right.
Just shoot the kid. I mean, I'm not trying to be a bad guy, but logically it would have.
No, but that's what they don't care about, killing people, obviously. So it's like it just seems it's because the movie couldn't be too dark, basically. So they had to do that.
It's okay to kill janitors and the in the what's his name, what's his name, Weinberg or whatever.
Weinberg, yeah.
So
but they're all good at killing people either. They don't ever check to see if any of their victims are dead. Like that one guy threw Lance out the window and just didn't even check to see if he fell on the ground. Like he just walked away.
So basically, they find out that what Cashpot is doing, he's nearing the completion of his virus project, which a computer virus, which is represented on the screen of a computer like a strain of DNA or a virus or something, because we have to visualize things that never are really visualized in the real world when it comes to computer. Anyways, so
yep,
it's the hacking movies of the 90s, and so they're at his base of operations at his mansion. And Cashbot reveals his evil plan, which is the key card that they have is in fact a high security level computer network access card.
Yep,
that's needed to ensure the transmission of the virus successfully, and the key to their plot to destroy the environment. I don't get why they want to destroy the environment. I know, I understand greed would be like, I understand why, say the Republican Party is currently destroying the environment because they want the money from their billionaire buddies that, don't want to pay, emissions costs and all this other shit like that in the world. But to deliberately just destroy the environment doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't, but it doubly or double O doesn't make sense. Rather, that he wants to do it because of other people being greedy about hating the environment, and so he wants to destroy the environment because other people are destroying the environment. What? I don't compute. What? And so he's overpopulation
Trump would do. Yeah.
See, it doesn't make any sense because, again, like you're saying, if it's greed or whatever, but he's mad that other people are treating the environment badly, and so his plans to then destroy the environment so it's like you're victim blame. You're killing the victim for being a victim, essentially, is what you're doing. He's a victim blame.
It's like, show me on the doll where the environment hurt you, buddy. Anyway,
so fucking stupid. Yeah.
So basically, there's an airplane that's carrying the world's foremost scientists and experts on the environment. They're on their way to Brazil, and I get it. He actually did say something about he wants undisturbed access to all the Amazon rainforest.
Oh, okay.
So I guess that kind of makes sense. So he is doing it for greed.
Okay.
So and of course, he details the whole plan to the heroes of the movie that he didn't have to reveal to them, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I always love it when like the villain just like reveals their grand plan.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like we don't care.
It's very James Bond. I mean, it's it's like Dr. No telling you exactly what he's going to do. But
just wants to be appreciated for his work, you know?
It's like, you see, I want to do this. Yeah.
Here's the exact detail. This took me years to come up with this plan, bro. It's like, oh my God, like just do it.
It's like, I don't care how you came up with it. So he like finishes his rambling on and on about this bullshit. And he separates Lance and Melinda. He takes Lance to this video game of doom room. We all have one of those.
I have a doom room of video games. I mean, not really, but I have one game, Donkey Kong, and if I lose, a gorilla literally just throws a big barrel over my head and kills me.
Yeah, I have one where Mario just jumps on my head, but so there's a game that he puts him, he straps him to this thing where it's like a mummy's tomb, King Tut's tomb, where he has to like play the game and not get killed, like by all the things that are in the tomb, like all the booby traps. And they're always booby traps, they're never penis traps.
That sounds bad. It sounds really bad. That sounds painful. But I guess booby traps be painful too, though.
Yeah.
Why do they call them? I never looked that up. Why they call them booby trap?
I don't know.
I always look up every random thing, but for some reason that's just never. I don't know why. Oh my gosh.
Booby trap etymology. The word booby has been used since at least the 17th century to mean a fool or idiot.
Okay.
So an unsophisticated trap that only a fool would fall for was called a booby trap.
Okay. All right. Well, there we go.
A competing theory is that in the late 17th century, hungry sailors would set up a trap for a seabird known as a booby. The term booby trap was literally a trap for booby.
Oh,
not for booby, but for a booby.
A booby. Okay, well, that's interesting. All right. Well, we now know-ish of what it could be.
Yeah, one or the other. So,
but with this, though, he actually allows his victims to live if they beat the game, which is interesting.
But I guess nobody really ever beats the games. So,
no, but he did, and it's like, oh shit, I get to live now. Okay.
Yeah. So Lance beats the game. But what goes on there? He's like nearly impaled and all this other shit. But while this is going on, Melinda escapes her confines after this big burly henchman basically tries to say that he's going to have his way with her.
Did he say that? I must admit. Oh my God!
Basically, he said we can spend some time together here too, or something like that. And he goes in there and he said, like, yeah, and it's like, and she hits him in the face with a shovel, and I was like, good, because I was like, don't like rape the 17-year-old girl or whatever. So.
Wild, man, that's crazy. I
mean, he became all Scott Baio.
Yeah, he oh my God, Jesus, this is
allegedly,
crazy, man. Allegedly. Okay, of course, yes.
So they Cashpot is doing his virus shit and basically trying to make these planes crash and shit that are carrying these scientists and whatnot. And so Lance and Melinda soon are like out, running from the bad guys, the henchmen. They end up going back into the video game of Doom room, and they find this like chess game, and he uses the chess game to like hack into the main computer. I don't know how he did that.
I don't know how. That's so weird too. Which is weird because in the very beginning of the movie, we see basically foreshadowing what actually happens
in the opening credit. There's little chess pieces, and they change size too. And the person like the one piece of a chess piece like becomes all tall and stuff when Brigitte Nielsen's name's on the screen, and then another one becomes really short when Wallace Shawn's name is on the screen.
Yeah. And Lance has got like this weird like mohawk looking, not really mohawk, but like a weird haired thing. And he's supposed to be which is interesting because that's literally how the movie ends. So the movie was telling us the ending of the movie without us even knowing. Interesting kind of By the way, early 90s CGI graphics, perfection.
Yes.
Good stuff.
And this was like, what, 2 years before Toy Story or something, or a couple years?
No, but 2 or 3 years. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, they probably didn't have access to the best animation studios to make it still.
Computers. They do this like chess game, and he's like playing them in chess to try to stop the bad shit from happening. And Trout is able to see them using security cameras, and they end up basically they have, they win. So Cashpot and Rhonda, Cashpot's so he basically what they do is they go off into this helicopter, kick the other bad guys off the helicopter, saying there's a bomb on there, but they get on it, hijacking their controls. Hijacking their own helicopter from those guys, and then they end up the helicopter ends up being controlled by Trout and Lance on the computer, because Trout shows up because I guess they're the CIA or the agency or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, and they're just like, don't kill the kids. So basically they end up making the helicopter crash. So I'm assuming that Cashpot and her die.
No, because you gotta make a part 2 and then they're still alive.
So and then the end of the movie, we just have Lance and Melinda like romantically embrace and walk off into the horizon of Los Angeles. So we don't know what happened after that. So it's like, what are the logistics of the relationship after this? It's a long distance relationship here. I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen.
Like they knew each other for like 2 days back. And then they're like, oh, we love each other now. Cool. Because we went, it's like, no, you had a fucking trauma bond. It's not love. Jesus Christ. Like, don't be terrible for each other because of this.
Not trauma bond. That's the next James Bond movie name.
Trauma bond. Yes, trauma. Yeah. All the things he's had to go through. Oh no. Oh God.
So,
wait till they make a Bond. You already know the anti-wokesters are going to go absolute nuts over it.
Well, they already are getting upset about the possibility of maybe a black Bond. And then there's also the fact that they might be casting somebody really young. Like there's talk of Tom Holland being the next Bond and shit like that. So
not too old. I mean, he's not too young. I mean,
he's not too young, but he's still kind of young in my opinion. But there's also like the other people that they're suggesting. They all just seem kind of like too pretty for my opinion. But that's just me. I mean, I'm not saying that Daniel Craig isn't pretty, but he's got that rustic sort of feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's great.
So yeah, it's a little bit of trivia here. The role was Lance was originally cast with an actor who went at the time by Ethan Randall, people better know as Ethan Embry. So was originally cast in the lead role, but dropped out. Yeah, that's about the only. In the trivia too, it does says Lance's brother is holding the April 1992 issue of Playboy with Candy Cantrell on the front cover.
Wait, so who? Wait, April. They actually know the exact. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the photo, and you can just look up to see who it's. Randomly, there's a Tupac Shakur poster on Lance's wall in his bedroom. Yeah. So that's the little bit of trivia. Anything else you want to say about this movie before we wrap things up here?
Just for a second with the trivia thing, that's very ironic though, because Tupac Shakur's mom was like chased out of the country, I think, by the CIA, and she lives in Cuba now, or did. I'm not sure if she's still alive.
She's passed away. Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of funny that he's got a picture of Tupac, but he's working for the A. I doubt that was intentional. He probably did that.
Yeah, no.
But this movie's not well.
Yeah, I mean, she was. I mean, she was famously a Black Panther and everything too. So yeah, wrong. Framed for murder. And framed for murder, framed for other things. Look into Fred Hampton. And look into Fred Hampton, people. Anyway, so yeah. Just look up Fred Hampton. That's all I'm going to say. And then see if you trust our government. That's all I have to say about this. Anything else?
No.
Okay, just folks.
No, I got nothing. I was trying to come up with something like witty, but I couldn't think of anything.
So, folks, just be sure to spy your way over to all2reeltoo.com and you can hack your way in and find links to our TeePublic and get some merch. Also, you can go to our Patreon on there. We made it really easy hacking because there's just links. Anyways,
you gotta actually do anything.
Yeah, you just go into the website. There's also links to our social media. You can check that out. Give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcast or Spotify or wherever you can do that. Comment below the episode anywhere you can. Give us a like on YouTube and a share and a subscription and a subscribe and $1 million and whatever you can do on there. And wait, can you do that?
Maybe.
Anywho, you can also just donate money to us too. If you want to help support the show, because really we're not making anything off this show. We're just doing it for fun for you and for our fans and our other fans and the fan I have in my bedroom that keeps me cool at night. And that
mine
sort of
too.
Yep. And it's just a dude with a fan that just fans me all night. And then
you're rich, man. You just hire a fan
and he tells me how good I am. He just like, you're great, Mike. You're great. And then I'm like, shut up. I'm trying to sleep. And
Yeah.
Yep. So folks, just remember these few things. Be good to each other. Mm-hmm. Be different. Be yourself.
Yeah.
Free Palestine. Trans lives are human lives. No human is illegal. Fuck the patriarchy filled with Christo-fascist white men who want to destroy us all. I'm sorry. That was really dramatic, wasn't it? Anyways, and just remember that I love you. Sesame 00 loves you.
Yes.
And until next time, bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to All2ReelToo podcast, a Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Hawes. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.